So the Pilson community in Chicago is one of the gateways for the Mexican population. Originally, when folks migrated up from Mexico, they would normally start out in Pilson with little apartments, paying a lot less rent than any other place in the city, until they could save up enough money and bring their family up from Mexico and then move over to Little Village, where the apartments are much bigger. And so Pilson historically has been home to a lot of our elders and housed a lot of them when they first moved into this country. So you definitely can see our culture in the schools, in the murals, and in the community itself. It definitely speaks heavily of the Mexican-American culture. A lot of the masses in the community are held in Spanish. A lot of the businesses host their information in Spanish. And as I mentioned before, there's a lot of influx into the community from neighbors who are moving in from the north side, and also the African-American community really taking advantage of the shopping and the produce and the culture in the community. Chicago is one of the most segregated cities. However, it's one of the most diverse cities, culturally speaking, in my opinion, because we have such varying neighborhoods, one viaduct to the next. And you can definitely see the representation in the community. But again, one of the similarities that we all have is a lot of the environmental injustices that we have with things like the coal power plant, and a lot of the sightings of these industries in our neighborhood that impact our health in our community. Harrison Park, for instance, is a great park in the Pilson community. It's about 4 to 5 city blocks big. It has a pool, and it is also home to the Mexican Fine Arts Museum, or they're now called the National Mexican Fine Arts Museum. And so these are things that are great about Pilson, but also show some of the disproportion that we have, because in Little Village we only have one park in our community, whereas Pilson has a huge park. And so a lot of the struggles that we face as communities are around community development, are around open space, services, and other things. And so while we have a lot of differences, we also have a lot of things that unite us. And so you definitely see people taking advantage of the park. You definitely see people taking advantage of the open space that we provide, that we have in this great community.